Morning, everyone. Bill Hurtado from Transwest Truck Trailer RV. Today I'm here in Frederick, Colorado to show you one of our latest acquisitions. This is a 2020 American coach by the Rev Group. This is the Revolution. This is a 42QD. So that stands for quad slides diesel. This thing has a lot of features on it, and many of you know that have been watching my videos. I can tend to ramble a little bit, it's just the case, it happens. But there's so many things here, I'm gonna try hard not to forget anything. So let's start on the outside right here, and let me show you this gem. This thing is really a beauty. The full body paint exterior here is called Mystic Blue. That is a odd shade of blue, if you will, but nonetheless it looks fantastic. This thing is really clean inside and out. So like I say, 2020, the Rev Group, for those of you who don't know, they're the parent company for Fleetwood, Monaco, Holiday Rambler, Renegade, Midwest Automotive, and Lance Campers. This is in great company. So starting off, this 42-footer measures tip to tip 42 foot 11 and a half inches, so just under 43. It's really a good size. A lot of people feel 45s are a bit too big for them. This actually answers all the questions. This is really nice size, very well laid out. We're going to look at that inside. On the outside here, I want to point out a few things. One of the options on here are the dual Girard patio awnings. Those are much larger than your standard awnings. Like I say, the second one is optional on here, so you have full patio coverage on this thing. There are 4 docking lights on this. When you're ready to park, it's going to flood the outside really nice so you can see what you're doing. This unit also has the optional second slide tray. Those are 90-inch slide trays, and they're mechanical operation, so you don't have to worry about a motor going out. Very easy to operate. There's a ladder extension down there, as you can see. Keeping that ladder extension locked up in here keeps kids or anybody else from climbing up on top of the thing when it's not in your general vicinity. There is a huge television on the patio out here. The MSRP, which I'm going to show you inside, doesn't mention the size of this, but it looks to me like the same size as the living room TV, which is a 49-inch. That's great. That's big. Really, really nice for entertaining outside. Moving along, we have a slide tray over here for the hydraulic fluid, which operates the Jackson rooms on this. And then you have 6 6-volt batteries. Those are wired in both parallel and series to give you 12-volt output. And then I really love the fact that this has the larger inverter. Typically you'll find 2,000-watt inverters on these units. This is a 2800, and important to note that this is a true sine wave inverter. Some electronic equipment can be susceptible to a modified sine wave, or heaven forbid, a square wave inverter. This is going to be just like your household current. It's going to give you a nice true sine wave output, which isn't going to dip in on the corners of your screen and things like that. So really nice setup right there. This also has the Michelin tires on it. I believe there's 7,700 miles on this one, if I remember correctly. 7,600, I think. So the Michelin tires on here are very fresh, looking really good. This tag axle, which you typically find on units over 40 feet, has the ultra steer technology. This axle will turn opposite of the front wheels turning at lower speeds. And what that does is two things. It stops scrubbing of the tire, which wears it out much faster. And more importantly, it cuts your diameter by 17 feet when you turn sharp with this thing. Really nice. Ultra steer is fantastic. There's a lot of other chassis enhancements, which I'm going to get to. Hopefully I won't forget. Back here, this has, and let me read this to you exactly the way it mentions it, one panel service center. So all your filters, battery disconnects, chassis batteries, chassis electrical is all in one spot, very easy to get to. Right next to your def tank, which has a gauge here and of course a gauge up on the OptiView digital dash. I'm going to show you that when we go inside as well. So very easy access to get to everything. Many units you have to climb underneath to drain off that water vapor separator for the fuel system. This one you do not, everything's right here. This has the 450 engine with 1,250 pound-feet of torque. That gives you a 15,000 pound tow capacity on this. Really nice. As you know, many of them are only 10,000. This one is already set up with 15. It's got the 7-way plug. You can always adapt down from that. And of course, all LED lighting inside and out. Full length mud flap on this one. Side draft radiator. Any of you who have done your homework know that the side draft radiator actually cools that engine 30% more efficiently than a rear draft. That also contributes to the higher tow rating. So not having that air swirl in the back and create a situation where you get hot air back in, this is all off to the side right here. So great setup. V-Ride technology. Another exclusive for Freightliner that will prevent the unit from listing too much side to side, especially in the situation where you get hit with that big gust of wind. It handles more like a sports car than, let's say, a Cadillac can be a little wishy-washy with that soft ride. This is a nice firm ride, but because you're on the large airbag system on here, it's still smooth going down the road. I gotta tell you, this is an absolute joy to drive. Like I mentioned earlier, many of you watch my videos, and I purposely pick out units that are not in the mainstream. The new stuff, we got people that do that and they like that, and that's great. And they sell a lot of them. But I particularly go out and look at the pre-owned pieces that are a diamond in the rough. That's this unit right here. It's got every feature I could ever want, and I'm sure it'll have the ones you want too. I can't wait for the next person to go on a test drive with me. It is absolutely amazing. It runs down the road so nice. That tag axle, in addition to the ultra steer, also has a dump feature. Automatically dumps the air in that if you're backing into a tight spot. So it's not going to scrub the tires again. So there's two different ways it prevents the tire scrub right there. This is the wet bay. And this wet bay has some nice things on it, such as your discharge on this thing can gravity straight down through the bottom, or it also has the Sanacon feature on it, which is a macerator pump that will grind up your waste and can pump it up to 100 feet away. Also has full water filtration system, power retractable freshwater hose, very easy to drain the entire system off, very easy to bypass the water tank so that you can fill the tank off the city fill. Coincidentally, that is a 100-gallon freshwater supply. It has a flush system for the gray tank and black tank. Another thing you don't see very often on these units. Monitor panel outside is going to tell you exactly what your levels are, and then a water pump switch so you're not yelling inside, honey, please turn the pump on, I've got to clean up out here. So very nice system, very nice setup. All of these compartments up here, because this is the Liberty chassis, have the fiberglass panels and the pebble finish. They can be just hosed directly out if you so desire. This unit also has the AquaHot 400D. That is a nice big hydronic heating system for the unit and works on both electric or diesel-fired burner. Great system. Central vac. Hopefully I'll remember to point out where that is, but by definition, it's in the center of the coach down at the floor. Very easy to change the filter out on that. Your 50 amp service drops straight out through the bottom, and then it has a power retract on it as well. Everything's very effortless on this unit. I do like that. These two bays are the other sides of the slide trays. Remember, those are 90-inch slide trays, so they'll come out either side. And then up here in the very front, this is our chassis electrical area. You have air service port with a nice air line right there that you can extend as far as you want if you need to air up your tires or inflate a beach ball or whatever you want to do. Very easy to do. This is just a pet peeve of mine. It's so ironic that we've got these enormous windshields on these units, and so many of them have this tiny little tank for your windshield washer fluid. This thing's pretty big, bigger than most. So doesn't seem like a big deal, maybe not worth mentioning this much, but it is to me. I don't like having to fill that up too often. You may be able to hear that 10,000 watt generator running right now. The entire front cap of this thing will open up so you can easily access that generator. Here you'll be able to see it. And for the purpose of time management, I won't open it all the way. It'll still go another 1.5 feet or so out there. But it's amazing how quiet these generators are. I can whisper next to this thing and I'm sure you can still hear me. This unit also has the invisible bra on the front of it. That's why you don't see rock chips all over it. It's a very nice hard surface on that thing. Protects the paint finish. All right. So I mentioned Liberty chassis. The Liberty chassis has a few features, and I mentioned one of them so far. The Liberty chassis is designated as ZF by Freightliner, and it is a double wishbone independent front suspension. One of the reasons this thing drives so wonderful, I'm telling you, it's very impressive. There is the one panel service center in the back, I mentioned that. The pebble finish composite in the basement, I mentioned that. The Liberty chassis also comes with a full E-coated frame. They take that frame and they put it through 10,000 hour testing with salt spray, and it stays just fine. So that's another nice thing. Liberty chassis also goes hand in hand with a 56-degree wheel cut. That wheel cut's important when you have the Ultra Steer on here. It makes this thing turn so beautiful, and because of the steering technology that's on this called Comfort Drive, there's 8 or 9 positions on a dial on the dash here, and that gives you a different degree of resistance up in the front and automatically centers that wheel when you let go of it, going back to the middle. Lots of control for you, the pilot, on this thing, All right, let's go inside and take a look. There's still a lot to talk about on this unit. With the opposing slides, we have enormous amount of space in here, which is really nice. I'm going to start at the back and work my way forward for you. Full walk-in closet, not always found on 43 footers, 42 foot in this case, but 43 overall. Back here with a privacy doors that close off, you have stackable washer dryer. Those are name brand Whirlpool units right there. Your Firefly system has resettable breakers on it, so very easy to get your systems back up and running. The walk-in closet here has a full-length rod going all the way across and lots of nice deep storage. Little cabinet right over here in the corner, kind of hard to see, but extra storage back there as well. There's two more chairs that are mounted on the walls back here that match the dinette seats up front. So if you ever need to open those up for extra guests, very easy to do. All right, we got the full tile shower in this thing. It has a really nice rain, forget what the name of it is, but you know, it's the simulates rain outside. And then actual tile in here. Got the fold down teak wood seat and plenty of height. I'm 6 feet tall. There's still another good 6 inches above that, even though I'm on the elevated floor back here. The rest of this unit has a 7-foot ceiling height all the way through. Over here, this is an option by American Coach called an egress door. In case of an emergency, this can be opened up, hinges at the bottom, flops down, and these become your steps to escape out of here. Wonderful. I really like the way they did this, better than others that I've got on the lot right here. This also has the porcelain toilet in the master bath right here, which is the electric operated. And fully integrated Corian sink. And great storage. Really nice and deep with a drawer down below. All right. So as I move forward in the unit right here, I've got the king size bed directly across from a 43-inch television. And that bed also has the head tilt feature, which is nice if you want to sit back and watch TV and eat popcorn and that kind of thing. But it's necessary when you have deep slides that oppose one another in the bedroom right here. You need to shorten this space a little bit so they can come all the way together. Well, there's a couple of advantages to that. You may think, oh, it's a disadvantage when this whole thing's closed up, I can't get to the bathroom. Well, that's why we have a half bath in this, or the main reason we have a half bath. But by doing so with the deeper slides in this unit, many of you have seen these built-in dressers with very shallow drawers. These are very deep, very nice. 9 drawers down below, 3 smaller drawers up above, and all of these have the soft close feature. You could use this for maybe some linens. If you like, you've got an extra safe, or not an extra, sorry. You've got a safe right here, electronically controlled or key actuated. This one you can use for extra hanging if you so desire, but it's also got adjustable shelves. Might be a bit redundant considering the size of that closet in the back there, but who knows? Ladies are always concerned about, where am I going to hang my evening gown? Well, that's nice and deep in the bedroom back there, so problem solved. All right, as we move forward right here, entering the galley space, if you will, there is some nice pantry space with the full pullouts. So 6 of those, again, soft close. Very large refrigerator with ice and water in the door. I noticed that the filter on this thing was still in here. It doesn't look like they ever even got around to putting the filter in, so it looks brand new. On the half bath right here, you really have everything you need. Porcelain toilet here as well, integrated Corian sink, medicine cabinet, overhead storage, exhaust fan built in up above with the pull down so you can access that. And speaking of access, I love the way they did this. There's 3 air conditioners on here. They're the 15Ks, and they all have heat pumps. So it's just another way to heat this unit if you so desire. But very easy to access your intakes here with your filters. Very easy to change out. I even found extra filters in the cabinet up in the galley area there. So all 3 of them do the same thing right there. Firefly system on this one. I can turn all my lights off or on with one button, or individually through the outside, main cabin, and rear of the unit. I'm in the home screen right here. Here I can select my heating source for the AquaHot, be it the burner or the electric. I can see exactly what my DC batteries are doing right here. I can also see what my AC power is doing, how much it's drawing, what's running, so on and so forth. Generator now has 778 hours on it. I've seen these things go well into the 12, 14, 18,000 hours and still run just perfect. Cummins purchased the generator company years ago and now they're the main provider for that. They build a fantastic product. When I go down to the electrical section right here, it's a little more detailed as to exactly what's going on. My transfer switch has sent power through the breaker box, powering up the inverter, charging up my batteries. Generator is running right now. I can disable the automatic generator start, which you can program that fully to come on if your batteries become a little bit low, shut itself back off. Also works hand in hand with climate control. You've got some animals in here you need to keep cool or warm. You can have your generator kick on, keep the climate where it belongs, shut itself back off. All of our lighting, this is the screen I started on right here. I can do everything individually or everything all at once. This system right here is going to show front, mid, and rear. Those are our air conditioning units up above. I can have those on cool, just fan, heat pump. It's going to put heat out through those things as well. However, understand there is a window of opportunity there temperature-wise. It really works best between about 40 and 60 degrees. Otherwise, it loses a little bit too much efficiency. And then we can enable or disable our AquaHot system from here. We can again select from the burner or electric feature and have our floor heat on front and rear. So it's zoned in that regard. Over here, I've got 3 different power fans in this thing. So we can exhaust air out of here, crack some windows open. On a hot summer's day, you may want to move all the heat out of here before you turn those air conditioners on, or you just may want to change the air in here. Each one of those goes up to 750 cubic feet per minute. So you can totally change the air inside this entire unit in a matter of a few minutes. And then this is one of my favorite features right here. These are shades and blinds that are power throughout the entire unit. And if you take a look into the front area right here, obviously everything is open right now. I'm going to bring the shades down. I can operate each one individually or all at once the way I'm doing right now. This gives you good privacy during the day. People can't see in, but you can see out. Well, that reverses at night, and you may want full block out. So then I hit the blind switch, and as you can see, it gives us full privacy at the touch of a button. It's not necessary for you to stand right here and do all of these things I just mentioned. There's an app you download for your phone, and you Bluetooth to this. So you can sit on your lawn chair and do this. You can sit on the couch and do this. Very nice, easy access to everything. And in the settings right here, of course, you can change your temperature units, the screen brightness, the colors of the screen, those kind of things. Great system. Very easy to diagnose and service if you ever have a problem. The company that builds this thing is on hand all the time. One phone call, they walk you through it. And they don't care that you bought a pre-owned unit. That's not a luxury that they offer just to new buyers. Same thing with the chassis on this thing. Now the chassis is under warranty, we know that. The engine drivetrain has a 5-year, 100,000 mile warranty from Freightliner. That Cummins 450 engine. The transmission by Allison has a 5-year, 200,000 mile warranty. So by my calculation, there's still, and it's on my notes right here, let me grab this. The engine still has 1 year, 3 months, and 77,000 miles of warranty left on it. The transmission, the same 1 year, 3 months, and 177,000 miles of warranty left on it. So rest assured, you're not going to have an issue with having to pay for something catastrophic if it were to happen, which is extremely rare. All right, I did mention on the outside that it had the central vac system. One of the boxes in the back there, that cardboard box, is the hose kit with the attachments for this. When you open up that little slot and plug it in, it automatically comes on and away you go. Lighting in this thing, you have so many choices. There's accent lighting up through the ceiling. There's accent lighting above the fireplace here. There's accent lighting inside the slides right here. Depending on how much or how little light you want in here, say at night, sitting back watching a TV, cooking a meal, you can have it any way you like. It's a really, really nice feature. So many areas that aren't going to be a light right straight in your face. Now the galley on this one, this is really nice. All of your covers here store away. You can have those open if you're using the galley, otherwise you keep everything closed up. An all-electric coach gives you the induction cooktop over here. The microwave convection combo. This is an easy way for you to just glance up and know that you've got AC power coming into the unit via inverter or generator or plugged in at the campsite. Also has a built-in dishwasher down here, and then a galley extension. This is locked in place, but there's a button. You may be able to hear this. Yep, I'm sure you could. And now we can extend our galley out for a little bit more space to work here. Very nice feature. In addition to that accent lighting that I mentioned, there's floor lighting through here too. So you're traveling at night, the co-pilot may choose to get up and come back, take a nap, cook a meal, use the restroom, watch TV. Important point, watch TV. This has the InMotion WineGuard high definition DirecTV satellite on it. So that's really nice too. No matter where you go, you've got service and you're watching movies. All right, so while we're looking right here, one of the things that this level provides for you are flush slides outside when it's in, it's flush to the body, but inside instead of having a transition from the slide being raised up down to the bottom, which about all they've been able to come up with on that is carpeting. No carpeting here, as you can see. These slides are magnificent, both sides. You notice it's tile all the way into the slide. So when this slide is commanded to come in, it will raise straight up about 4 or 5 inches and then straight in. Same thing on both sides in the front right here. The bedroom doesn't have that feature, it's just a straight in and out. But how beautiful is it now that you've got tile with essentially no transition all the way out to your slides. Really, really nice setup. This is in the extended position right now. You can have it just short right here. The thing I love about this buffet, I call it, I made that up myself, it has a very deep top up here. So you've got a lot of items you can set aside, use your table, whatever extension you want right there. And let's see, another thing I really love about this unit is the two-tone cabinetry. It's not just the same color all the way through. They've broken it up by putting some very light wood with the medium wood in here. It looks absolutely fantastic. Another thing they've done, which is very trendy, is to have your backsplash all the way full height right here. It's very sharp looking. That's actual tile. That's not just a paste on. All right. So, cloth interior on this. Still leather up in the front over here, but I'm a big fan. This is so comfortable and relaxing to sit on. It's never going to be too hot. It's never going to be too cold. It's always very nice. The ottomans have storage inside them, and this is a queen-size hide-a-bed that comes out for guests. Now, let me just run through my list because I don't want to miss something that I thought was important. This has what's called the technology package on it, and there's a lot of features on that. So the JBL audio that's up in the dash right here on one of the 2 large screens. Very nice elaborate stereo system in this. Up here you'll see that it has the Wii Boost. That is a cell booster, and it really works well. It's not like the old days when, you know, we ordered a cell booster on Craigslist and didn't see any difference with it when we got it hooked up. This one actually does improve your cell signal significantly. It also has what's called a Wi-Fi Ranger. So the Wi-Fi Ranger is very nice. It'll reach out 2,500 feet or half a mile and gather access points for you to attach to hook onto. Let's see, 265 watts of solar up on top of that fiberglass roof. And then the mobile eye, I've got it covered right now, but there's a little box on the windshield right there looking out. The mobile eye consists of lane departure warning, forward collision warning, headway monitoring. It has headlamp control built into it, and you can adjust and set your speed limit indicator wherever you want. So, nice feature on that right there. A bit redundant, I'm going to run through the specs one more time with you here. 450 engine, 1,250 pound-feet of torque. I say 43 foot overall. We know it's 42 foot 11 and a half inches. The overall height of the unit is under 13 feet, which is important to me. I like that. I've seen some of them 13.3, 13.4. 13.6 is the absolute max you can go on interstates. This is only 12.11. I mentioned the 7-foot, which is 84-inch interior ceiling height. I mentioned the 15,000 pound tow capacity, and I did mention the 100 gallons of fresh water storage. In addition to that, it does have 60 gray and 40 black, and a 150 gallon fuel supply. Really nice. So, Up in the cab area, or up in the cockpit area rather, up here in the front, I wanted to point out that this Freightliner Liberty chassis has what's called the OptiView. The OptiView digital dash right here is so nice to look at. You've got a pedal to the left of the steering column here, which will tilt and telescope. So no matter your size or height, you can always get this thing positioned just right. There's that JBL audio system I was talking about. There's your backup camera, which is integrated in with the turn signals. Down here, you've got a row of lights that you can use. That's warning me that it's cold outside. You've got a row of switches down here that aren't necessarily that easy to read as to what they handle, like your front shade, your battery boost in case your chassis battery's low. I'll go through those in a sec here. But what they've done is they put an extra piece down here directly above each switch so you can see what feature is which. Not taking your eyes off the road too long. The first switch right here says pedals up and down. I may have rewritten that to pedals in and out. As you can see, the pedals, they move directly towards me or directly away from me. So in and out makes a lot more sense. All right, I mentioned the select drive. So over here is a dial, and I can turn this up or down to whatever degree of resistance I want up front right here. So when I turn this wheel, the beauty of the select drive is, I guess I have to go into gear. So right there, it's filling up my tag axle right now. Okay, there we go. So you see the steering wheel recenters itself. Right now I've got it down pretty low, so it's real easy to turn this wheel. This keeps you centered in the lane so well. It's amazing. It's not autonomous, but it is, in my opinion, the next best thing. When I turn this up all the way, I can feel a little more resistance on the wheel right here, but you're still going to have the same feature where it recenters. It's a great system. It really is. All right. Heated power mirrors. The leveling system on here, fully automatic. A 3-position engine brake. That's huge. I love that feature. With a single position, that's it. You know, it can be a little daunting when you take your foot off and it automatically engages right there. If you're in that situation, just keep it on low. If you're coming down what we have here in Colorado, a 6% grade called Genesee that drops off I-70 into Denver, you can get a little bit of a runaway situation on a lot of RVs. Cranking that thing up to the 3rd position, or obviously not cranking, but touching the switch to the 3rd position, it's going to hold you back really nice. In fact, you may find that it's a little bit too much. Go back to the mid position right there. It's a great, comfortable feeling to drive this thing with the select drive steering, with the ultra steer technology, with the tag dump back there for driving, with the OptiView dash, and with the V-Ride. I know I keep saying this, but you gotta try it out. It is absolutely amazing to have all those features integrated into one unit. All right, I think I've covered all the important stuff. I'm gonna put these blinds back up so I can get out of here. Remember, you can do all of these individually as well. And as you can see, you know, straight across from the long sofa with the ottomans, you do have the televator. That's a 49-inch TV. I don't know this for sure, but I do believe that is the same size as the one outside. It just kind of looks like it. That's a big one outside, so it's very close to that. My information is going to show up on the screen right there, and there's some things I'd like to send you on this. The original MSRP, which shows all the standard features and the options that are on this particular unit. I've got a clean Carfax on this thing, and this is how I determined exactly how much warranty is left on this thing for you. This American coach, I have touched upon these things here, but just to remind you what all it has on here with the drive tech technology, the OptiView, the Road Watch, the UltraSteer, the V-Ride. These are things you can all read about and understand a little bit better when you have it in your hand right here or on your screen, which I'm happy to send you anytime. The original brochure for this unit, which shows our floor plan this way. Okay, so all this information I'm happy to send right out to you. Call me, text me, send me an email, send me a smoke signal. I'll answer right away. Once again, Bill Hurtado, Transwest Truck Trailer RV. Thank you for taking the time. This was a long one, but it's worth it. Fantastic rig right here. Those of you that contact me, I have one more very, very important bit of information I want to share with you. I can't mention it right here on our YouTube video, but please call me because you'll be impressed with what I have to say. So, ball's in your court. Hope to hear from you soon. Thanks. Have a great day.